saying is, what are those
Sure,
soft skills or leadership skills?
sure,
Could you
sure.
maybe explain maybe few of them or the top ones?
Very, very valid question. And that's the right place to start, because for all of us together to have a meaningful conversation, we should define what we're talking about and have a shared
Yes.
frame. Otherwise, we can be talking about all kinds of things and without defining and mutually agreeing what
Yes.
we're discussing, right? So if I pick up the thread from where I left earlier, that if we all agree that we are referring to soft skills as leadership skills, right? I will explain to the audience a very simple construct that many organizations use, and at Godrej also we use it. We believe that the leadership capabilities can be bucketed in three broad blocks. So we talk of capabilities of leading self, that's the first
Mm.
block. Capabilities of leading others, that's the second block. And capabilities of leading business, that's the third block, right? Now, again, I can get into a lot of nuances, but for purpose of today's discussion, I think it's reasonably accurate to assume that when we talk of soft skills or leadership capabilities, we are referring to leading self and leading others. Those two building blocks of the capabilities. So I think every time you think of soft skills or leadership capabilities, and leading business also has some those kinds of capabilities, but for ease of discussion, I'm keeping them out. These two, and if you Google soft skills, you'll get like a laundry list. I've seen lists that go from 5 items
Yes.
to 500 items, and from
Yes.
communication to creativity, adaptability, leadership. Unfortunately, and I'm with fellow HR colleagues, so I can say this, we ourselves actually do a lot of disservice to our profession by using words so thoughtlessly that all our line leaders will start thinking कि ये लोग तो कुछ भी बोलते हैं. Some words they use without even defining what they mean, and that's a big problem. So we should be very precise in what we are defining. So I think for purpose of our discussion, I'm going to say that the soft skills broadly are represented in these two buckets, the first being leading self and
Mm.
second being leading others. And I'll talk a little more. Sorry, I keep referring to my phone because that's where my notes are. I'll talk a little bit about both the sides of the equation, right? I'll talk
Okay.
about leading self first. Now, you know, leading self, and again, it's an obvious thing to say, but how well do you know yourself? How well do you manage your own energy? How well do you learn and improve? These are absolutely foundational capabilities, right? How well do you plan? How well do you organize your thoughts, right? These are how well do you manage your own energy?
Yes.
How well do you manage your own emotions? Are you aware of your emotions, right? All these capabilities, which are about how do you take charge, how do you understand, manage, and lead yourself, are the leading self capabilities. In fact, it is my sincere submission that the leading self capabilities are actually extremely important for all human beings.
Mm.
And I'm saying it again, it doesn't matter which profession, which age, which workplace, which stage of life you're in. Leading self is the foundation. How
Yes.
well do you understand yourself, manage yourself, and grow yourself? You may not ever work a single day in any company.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a Buddhist monk.
Yes.
Even then, leading self matters. So it is so soft skills or leadership capabilities are that important. They're about life. They're not about one profession or one job, right? So that's the bucket of leading self, right? The second bucket is of leading others. And somebody once asked me, that when do leading others capabilities become important? I said in any situation when there are more than one people involved, leading others capabilities become important. Right? And that's where the importance of soft skill comes in. Actually, I can't think of a single profession in this world other than, like I said, Buddhist monks, but even they have to teach somebody and learn from somebody, right? So there are other people involved. But I can't think of a single profession in this world where you can work entirely all by yourself throughout the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
None. You'll either have even if you're a one-person company, you have your customers, right? And I can't think of a business or an organization without customers or some stakeholders that you're serving, right? So the moment there are other people in the picture of any kind, uh, leading others' capabilities also become extremely important, right? Now, if you come to more conventional organizations, it's easier to think of leading others' capabilities in two kind of lenses. One is how do you interact with your own environment, right? Environment may not be your own team. It could be your boss, it could be your colleagues in other function, it could be your customers, it could be your external stakeholders, right? So you and your environment, that's the way I like to think about it. And second is you and your team. If you're a manager or if you're a supervisor and if you manage other people, then how do you align your team? How do you coach your team? How do you grow your team? How do you give performance feedback? Extremely important capabilities, right? So that's the broad domain of leading self and leading others. That I think is represents almost the 80-90% core construct of the leading or sorry of the leadership or soft skills definition.